outdoor adventures. That's what we're going to be talking about. I'm joined right now by Nathan Clark. Now, Nathan, when you think of outdoor adventures, often people think going out in the backcountry, getting a little scared. How do you stop people from being scared?
Well, I mean, those are that kind of speaks to the two fears that people have. Or number one are, animals. What do I do if I run into an animal? Number two, what happens, somebody gets hurt. So I offer first aid, wilderness first aid, and I also do clinics on backcountry, how to manage, if you do come across a bear or a wild animal. And then I'm a hiking guide, so I take clients out regularly. I've just finished up our snowshoe trips. We have a few snowshoe trips that are coming up soon. And then I've got quite a few hiking trips that are going to be available starting in May. And so that's essentially how I can solve those two questions, yeah.
Now, I say you've got your GPS and you have a compass there. How important is it to be well prepared?
It's very important. I mean, there's a lot of trails that people can go on that are pretty straightforward, but I think a lot of people just, run into a trail and then they try it out and to see where it goes, and they're not quite sure what they're doing, and they might feel a little bit afraid of going out there because, what do you expect? Being prepared means, having some knowledge on how to use a compass. GPSs are great because, I mean, they're pretty accurate and they'll pretty much tell you exactly where you're at. But of course, what happens if you didn't bring batteries? What happens if, you don't have good signal, etc.? So the compass and the map are probably the best way for people to learn how to navigate out in the backcountry. And surprisingly, a lot of people have no clue how to use them. So that's another thing that I'm offering. I've got some courses coming up with how to use a map. That's where we start, and then we do a compass use clinic, which is followed by kind of an outing here in Red Deer, and then we'll also there's another day for GPS that does kind of the same thing, show how to use a GPS, and then we'll use it actually outside.
Now, how important is it to be that prepared? Now, right now I see that you're completely dressed for the occasion as well, so is that the other part of it?
Oh yeah. So like when I do, for example, when I do the first day or the hiking stuff, I'll always do a lecture at the beginning, and it's a 2-hour lecture, and we go through all the basics. So what you're supposed to be wearing, what kinds of things should you be prepared with, what do you got on your feet, all this stuff, kind of the Cole's Notes version of the bigger courses that I offer, but enough to get people to answer those questions in a smaller scale.
Fantastic. We're going to be hearing more from Nathan coming up in the show to make sure that you're all safe and bundled up for those outdoor adventures.